Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of 2 Over Gaming. I'm your host Ryu204, and today we're going to be doing a full game review on the brand new, ever popular Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Let's start the game. Let's start this video. Let's start the review. So we're going to be giving it a rating of 5. Alright, so we're going to start off with a couple things here. We're going to take a look at the PlayStation Store. See what the DLCs are. There's still more DLCs coming out, by the way, so this is not everything. There's still more characters to come out. As you can tell, I already purchased the characters. You got costumes as well too. Alright, also the thing I like about this too, you have the season passes basically for the costumes and characters, sold separately, but whatever, it's a good game. I enjoy it, but I'm gonna review it for you guys if you're a fighter player kind of a person or not, or this will make you decide to buy it or not, whatever. And then we go to settings, your usual controller settings. You have your HUD, which I kind of like too, actually, because you can adjust where you want your meters. And that's about it, all you can do. Yeah, you can just adjust your meters to wherever you want. So I'm gonna just put it back to default. And then you got your sound, you have your system set up. And then, team setup, yes. Let's get to this part here. This part's one of my favorites, because I kind of use the same characters over and over and over all the time. And so you can kind of set up your permanent team, so you don't have to pick characters. You can just kind of set up your, or go to team selection button. I believe it's triangle. We'll show you eventually. And you can just pick your team that you have. So there we go. Also too, you can change up your fighter card. As you can tell right now, my fighter card is Ryu, Captain America, and the Bifrost Bridge. So you can kind of change the characters on that. So right now my character is Ryu. Let's say you go to Captain Marvel, you want to change it to that. You can also change costumes with whatever DLC that you purchase. Okay, and let's go back to Ryu here for a second. And you can also, change the color of the costume, which is kind of neat. I like to leave mine's default just because it's original. And same thing with Captain America, you can change them up if you want. Same ordeal. Alright, and then the stage level. There's lots to pick from. Alright, then we got our titles. Right now my title is the default Marvel vs. Capcom. Well, why? Because that's I like it. That's my personal pick. Whatever you guys unlock, that's what you can, pick out from here. So as you can tell, I did a little bit of arcade mode here and there, and yeah, I picked that one. Then you have your offline record. Then you have your online records, your replay data from training mode. I guess I think that's the only time you could ever record something. And yeah, that's that option. Just pretty neat. Languages, obviously everybody knows what that is. Then you have your collections, which kind of has shows what other things you unlock. So unfortunately, when I go into collections, it's not gonna actually let me. Like the recording will cut off because there's movie scenes, which this game does not allow you to record movie scenes unless you have like a separate recorder. What I use is the PlayStation one, or the Share Factory basically, so that's why I can't get into it. I can't play story mode for you guys or anything, but hey, versus mode, arcade modes works just as good. Then you have your missions, your usual tutorial from every Marvel vs. Capcom game, which I'm not going to really go into that because, well, it's just tutorial mode. You don't really need to see that. Your training mode, obviously, training mode. Now, training mode used to be actually the old classic versus mode, because there was no versus mode in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, or 3. It was just, you would go straight into the arcade mode, and that was it. And everybody was like, man, I want to play offline, I don't want to be playing arcade mode. So they would go to training, modify the options to that of versus mode, and there you have it. And then lastly, oh, not lastly, sorry. Next, I should say, is you have battle mode. Battle mode, you can compete online, up to 8 players in a lobby. So if you want, you know, if you have 8 friends, you want to do up a tournament or whatever, you could also spectate their matches too, which is kind of neat. I wish there was like an offline computer versus computer thing, but eventually there isn't. Then you have arcade mode, which you go through a tier of enemies, and then you battle Ultron Sigma and then Ultron Omega as the bosses. You can play against player 2 in versus mode. This was like an old mode that's always been there. That's the only time you can play versus mode from the previous games, is if you play against another player. And now they finally added versus mode against a computer. Genius. Finally, everybody was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. I mean, again, I was kind of hoping they would have offline spectator mode. I mean, I like to sit back and just watch superheroes battle it out while I'm eating my breakfast or lunch or whatever, right? And then, which would kind of be handy for streaming too, if you know, if you want to do your little offline bot league, let's say. But hey, whatever. Okay, then you have story mode. Again, the game won't let me record it. They blocked it. I don't know why, but I guess that was just their choice. You just play through a story mode, and it's pretty much just like very similar to the normal Avengers, you know, the Infinity Stones and Thanos is the bad guy and blah 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 blah, and then you run Ultron Sigma. So it's actually pretty good. I like it. I enjoyed it. Now let's take a look at some of the things here. Alright, so now we have the levels. You have X-Guard Underground Prison. You have the X-Guard Bifrost Bridge. Throne Room. You have the Avengers Towers Briefing Room. Dark Kingdom, Heart of Chaos. Volconda. Black Panther's level. Then some other levels, extras, No Moon. You have Able City. I can't remember what game that's from. Another Dark Kingdom level. You have like a Resident Evil type level, Umbrella. If you're wondering why, play story mode and you'll see why. Then you got your trading level. You got the New Metro City Crossroads and another Umbrella level. And you got New Metro City Downtown. Another No Moon level, and then another Avengers, you know, tower thing. So we're just gonna pick a default level, and here's your roster. Now, when I was saying, you know, about the whole team, permanent team thing that we saw earlier in the video, you press triangle, and there you go. You can just pick your team, whatever you want. So you don't have to go, you know, if you don't use any of these guys, you like to use the same guys over and over. There you go. Then, your controller settings. That's the controller settings. You can modify them. So yeah, here's my settings. That's what I like to use. And then battle settings, you know, timer, difficulty you can change whatever you want, damage level. So, oh, there we go. All right, now let's introduce the roster here. We have well, first things first. Let's see the Capcom side. We got Strider Hiryu, Arthur, Frank West, Zero, X, Chris Redfield, Nemesis, Dante, Ryu, Morrigan, Chun-Li, Spencer, Jeddah, Firebrand, Hagar, and then you got your DLC characters Sigma, Monster Hunter. Now this is just the first update. There are 3 more characters coming. You're gonna have Venom, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and I believe Ant-Man. It's kind of weird because there's more Marvel guys than there is Capcom. Weird. Anyways, Marvel side, you got Black Panther, you got Dormammu, Spider-Man, Captain America, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Thor, Nova, Thanos, Iron Man, Ultron, Gamora, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, and Rocket Raccoon. And, oh, hold on. Let's do this. Now, then once you pick your characters, you have an option to pick, which Infinity Stone you want to use, and they all work very, very differently. So we're gonna get to that. Actually, I want to go into training mode and show you each of their powers. There are descriptions as you're picking through them, so just in case you don't know what it does, it'll say right there, as you can tell, or as you can see in front of you there. So let's jump right into training mode, and we're gonna test out each Infinity Stone. Alright, welcome back. Now we're in training mode. Alright, now the first stone that I picked we're gonna review is the Reality Stone. Color red, my favorite. So the Reality Stone is like a homing missile. No matter where you go, it'll follow the enemy. Alright, now that's known as the Infinity Surge. Now let's go into the Infinity Storm. Now with the Reality Stone, no matter what button you press, you don't even have to touch the guy, and each button comes out with its own separate attack, which is pretty crazy. So there you go. Oh, I accidentally did that one. So that's what the Reality Stone does. Alright, now we're gonna take a look at the next stone. Looks like it's gonna be the Soul Stone. Alright, so this is how this is gonna work here. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so let's say, for example, let's pretend here. Hold on. Okay, let's go 20%. Okay, so he's kicking my butt, right? I got the Soul Stone. You know what I can do with it? Yeah, look at it. I'm taking power from him, and look at my power bar. You see that? It's filling up. Okay, now, so that's the Surge, right? Now let's take a look at the Infinity Storm. The Infinity Stone, Soul Stone does two things in the storm. One, it brings in your opponent, and you can do like a double team, 2-on-1, which is pretty neat. Also, so there's my guy, there's Dante. Now we can just double team the heck out of this guy, and there we go, right? Also, the good thing about the Soul Stone, let's say, for example, my guy gets knocked out, and it's 2-on-1. I'm getting my butt whooped, right? And then all of a sudden, what I can do, hold on, I think what I'm gonna do here, let's just set this up here. Crouch, player, computer. Alright, let's just go very hard, just so it'll give a fast kill. Okay? Alright, so let him kill my guy. Go ahead, kill him. Kill him. He's out. Alright. Alright, now we're gonna go back to, normal AI mode. So my guy is knocked out. I'm thinking, crap, what am I gonna do? I'm about to die. I'll take his power, of course, right? Take some power. Now, watch this. Ready? Not only does the Soul Stone in the Infinity Storm makes it a 2-on-1, but it... Hold on. Trying to activate the storm here. There we go. And hey, look! Now he's back. He's back. Now I can use him to fight again. Power revives. Now he doesn't fill up all the way, but, it's enough to kind of freak your opponent out, You make a bit of a comeback, and then all of a sudden, oh look, I can use him again. It's pretty awesome. Boom. Alright, so that's the power of the Soul Stone. Right now we're gonna just put everybody back the way it is. Mind Stone. Color yellow. Now what the... Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to put him on the other side. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, Mind Stone. What the Mind Stone does in the Surge grabs your guy and stuns him. You have about, I'm gonna say 5 seconds at least. Now, let's say, all right, I have 0 H hyper combo gauge, right? I got 0, I used it all up. My Mind Stone's ready to go. Okay, hold on. There we go, and hey, look at that. It's filling up. I can use it again. I just doing that. Okay, so I use it. No problem. You know, it's all good. Refilled. That's the power of the Mind Stone. Alright, now we're gonna go into the Time Stone. Time Stone. Surge. You can move faster than the speed of light. Alright, cool. What does the Surge do? Now, you know how there's an auto combo when all you're doing is just pressing square and you got this automatically. That's automatic. Now you press other buttons, let's say triangle and just a single attack. That's circle there. You know, that's X, and it's like it doesn't really do much, right? Now you go into the Infinity Storm and it makes everything, all buttons, auto combo. Look at that, that's freaking crazy, and you can move a lot faster than your person. Look, it makes every single button is an auto combo. Insane, I love that. So that's the power of the Time Stone. Next up, Space Stone. Now the Space Stone, the Surge isn't really much, but it could be useful for something. You can bring your opponent closer to you. So if you're a close combat kind of guy, boom, right there. The only problem with that is that he can attack you while you're doing that. So you bring him close, and it's like you're giving him a chance to rush at you. But at the same time, that can be useful for something. Now for this. Now hold on, let's bring him closer here. Okay, there we go. Now for the Space Stone, Infinity Storm. Locks him in a cage, restricts movement, so he can't go as high as that, and he can't go as far as the cage. Now, as you can tell, I'm trying to bring him through, and he can't move. So you can move freely wherever you want, and you can just go, you know, all out on him. He's stuck in a cage, you know, finish him off. The Power Stone. It kind of gives you, now for the Surge, it kind of gives you like a knockback. So let's say he's, you know, throwing crazy combos at you. You can't really attack back. With the Surge, it's a knockback. You know, there you go. That's what the Power Stone does. Now for the Surge isn't really much. It more just, it increases your damage. Look at that. As you can tell, when you're attacking, the screen shakes because it doubles your attack. So everything that you hit normally here, see how much health it took away? Now let's go to the Storm and do the same thing. See? Doubles it. It takes more away. So it makes you basically the Hulk. And that's the power of the Infinity Stones. I think it does all 6, right? Yep, that was all 6. There you have it. All 6 Infinity Stones and their power. Let's go back to the main menu. Alright, now that we looked at every single game mode, now that we looked at, you know, every option, what the Infinity Stone does, we looked at the whole entire roster. Now, this game isn't really, you know, it's not popular with some of the fighting people or fighting community. Even though there's tournaments going on right now, I find that the fighting community kind of finds it like too easy of a game. But then, you know, you got like pros who will use that to their advantage and just like go ape wild on you. So it has its ups and downs. For someone who's a beginner and doesn't really like game modes but wants to get into it, this game is definitely recommendable. Again, you got your one button mash master, so you don't have to go crazy. One button does everything basically, which is the square button. It gives you that auto combo, and then the rest you can just like figure out through your command list. It gives you command list in the versus mode, so it'll show you like all the powers, all the the buttons and everything, what to press on, how to do special maneuvers. So out of 5, I'm gonna give this a 4. Mainly like 4. It's a really amazing game. I enjoyed it. Like as I said it from the start, I enjoyed it. I love it. I'm not a fighter gamer person, but because of this game, now I am. Probably specifically for just this game. Reason why I gave it 4 and not a 5 out of 5 is because I want to say the lack of game modes. I mean, sure, it has this, it has that, I think it's more because sorry. I wish it was like here. Let me show you. It's because when you start a second controller, right? Hold on, I'm trying to get a second controller here. Give me 1 sec. Alright, here we go. 1 second. And here, the reason why I give it a 4 is because of this. Now I have 4 controllers all turned on, all different players, right? Player 1, player 2. Let's say you want to do a 4-player tag team. Believe it or not, I'm actually trying to put the other 2 on a team. You can't. You just can't. So, but one person can definitely sit out, get the next player to do it, and you can. You could definitely go, take turns, I guess, in a way. But now you can't do the other ones. So why does it look like it's 4 players? I have no idea. That's one default, or one fault, I should say, that I find strangely odd. And me, I like doing bot versus bot play. I like recording it. I like streaming it for you guys. I wish. Now I know some games have it. A lot of people enjoy it. The last game I know to have it was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It was pretty awesome. This doesn't have it, so unfortunately I won't be able to do AI versus AI bot modes for you guys. I enjoyed it, so that's another reason why I gave it a 4 out of 5. But overall, this game is playable, replayable as well too, because there's so much to unlock, so much to do. Trophies are so easy to get unless you're playing online. That's be a bit of a challenge, but it is possible. So that's my review for you guys. It's a great game. It's amazing for you beginners out there who want to get into the fighting game. Buy this game. This game is amazing. For the fighting community, some enjoy it, some don't. That's their thing, but I enjoy it. I'm a beginner. I don't play fighting games, or I'm not a fighting player community guy, but because of this game, I'm slowly becoming a fighter community guy. So there it is. That's the end of the video, man. 4 out of 5 is what I give it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you like, subscribe, comment, the works. Take care. Peace out. I'm your host, Ride204. Bye bye.